What's up? Oh, same here, especially now that it's raining because the sun's beating at the same time, so it's just intensifying the humidity. I'm gonna put her off this side. Look at her for an hour. Kidnap all of them. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. That's all we try to do here. I'm gonna get that off to the side. I'm gonna have to check on that. So yeah. Opal, hello. Yeah. Yeah, well, everything will see. We'll see what happens. Everything time reveal itself. Whoops. 3 rolls out. See if we can get these out without them running away on us. One, two. Wow, look at that. The 3 that popped out. What? Got our first bat. Thank God. Been missing my bats. New York. Maybe a grease there. Mm-mm. The cotton gin. Well, I bet you that tastes good. Bicentennial. Oh. Most definitely. What? Number 2. Yeah. Yeah. There's my bad, baby. We got to get our ranks up. Just a shiny Denver. Yeah, it's just... Now you know how I feel when nobody wants to say... I'm not doing being humane, but the feeling's mutual. I feel it every day when nobody wants to say manatees. Sucks. So somebody's got to do it, so I'm here. Fucking psycho crazy lady. Ooh, there we go. First tennis racket. No more fucking birdie for you. I bet you a proof like that looks really nice. Ooh. Oh, looky. I'm Grandpa Papa's son trying to get mowed down, charging the wiring chung. Yet again. He don't know how to behave. That's the second, I think that's the second time we got him out of there. No, we went through our foreigns. We always find foreign coins, guys. Always. That's not the first time we found Grandpa Papa's son. Whatever the fuck he's trying to do, he's in there now. He's stuck. 100 yen, 100 something. Chai chai chicken chai. Bao wong. Yeah, it's not intended for circulation, so yeah, we totally need to grab it. All right, we knocked him off the mat. I wonder if he wants to try it again. We got his brother. Yeah, wait, at the end we're gonna pull his fucking... I'll show you. We already captured him already. I just don't know if it's a bigger coin, a smaller coin, but I've seen his face before. He ain't gonna elude capture this time. He went a little too deep down that hole. Oh, yes, he did. Yeah. You want to play, you got to pay. He can't leave unless it comes in. He's already in. He's locked in. He better find a fucking war drum or something to beat on. Send smoke something. He needs that assistance like that. Look how clean and shiny this George is. Stay out my orchard. Let my peaches be. Get out their trees. I might have to put this one in the booksy. Flip it out with the... Look at that. That's a clean... Oh, yeah. Fresher than a coat of wet paint. Normal strike, but it's going in the book. Hell yeah. We got him shook. Like I told y'all before, there ain't no such thing as a halfway crook. And you want to play chess? I just took both your rooks. That's why I always look shook. What? Oh, look at that, Sally Ride. Another one for the fucking microscope. Who are you? No. Let's do this. This early in the game, I think we're going to find more weird stuff. As long as it's not a fucking David Buster's coin, I don't care. None of that goofy stuff. As long as it's foreign, I don't give a shit what it is, but I don't want it to be like some weird shit. Because we're not drinking beer and playing whack-a-mole. That's a clean Washington. I might have to flip that one out in the book. Yeah, that's another reason why I yanked them, because it was like they just lustrous, just shining and blinding at the same time. Perfect for the book. So should we just completed it? I can yank whatever musty one out of there. I guarantee that whatever's in there, that's going to be a good replacement. I could get those master books, though, for like the states and all that other stuff. I don't like the Florida Quarter just because the manatee should be on there. Not spaceships and palm trees. I can pull out over a dozen quarters that got the fucking palm tree on it. Or an astronaut or a spaceship or a fucking meteorite or an asteroid. Like something. Like, you can put something that they're actually really known for that not going to be around forever. We've been coming across a decent amount of those, too. I'm still so ecstatic that I found a volcano business strike. Whenever you find those volcanoes, they're so damn old. You don't ever find nice ones. So when I found that business strike and that thing was real clean, I was like, oh my God. On top of it being the second one out of that load, that's just unbelievable. But we were well overdue. I think we were pushing like 2 months plus since we had a business strike. I mean, fuck, we captured, from my calculations, we captured 9 West Points in between that gap. And you got to remember, a few of those West Points were ones that Ego and the Brain Trust found in the disregarded change. So it was human trial and error, like always. That's why they get gone through another time. The fine-tooth comb. Any Ellis Island or a Ellis Island just in general? I always like getting the weird farms now because we've captured so many West Points of this. Oof. Fucking park quarter looking fresh. I'll tell you this, though. We got a lot of different foreign currency. I was, you know, from here to there. Fucking Zimbabwe. French. All sorts of weirdness. Jamaican. Puncture. See, there's another palm tree yet again. Like, palm trees are everywhere. Jeez, I just wish it would just keep raining and stuff because the sun's out now. It keeps stopping. The sun's just tearing everything up more. It's like 112 outside right now, even with the rain. Damn, I need some drink. My bad. Now, one thing that I would have to say is we've never captured. Have we? We haven't captured a business strike quarter yet, have we? And the one I did, I don't know where it's at. Sally Ride, okay. We have to check her. We have fun checking her for errors. She's just so eventful. I told her to stay transparent about the situation, but you know, her being the first woman astronaut into the moon, ego the size of cathedrals, can't stop her, and she earned it. You gotta let her stay on that soapbox. She earned it. She's the one who went up and down in that Challenger before it did go up and go boom. Yeah. I have a few older ones, but like I don't think we actually hit that on our bucket list yet. That's what I'm saying. Like off the map. It needs to happen. Oh, it needs to happen. I'll tell you though, with those Kennedys though, we're killing it. That's our second full, silver cladded, but that's our first proof silver clad. That's our sixth proof altogether. And then our first silver clad was a 64 business strike. Which is crazy because I'm not looking for that. I just love when we get, we've only got one normal business strike, and that's the bicentennial one. Whoever passes the sentence must swing the sword. So, I love that because, when it comes to the 50-cent pieces and like the dollar coins, most of that shit's collector worthy anyways and only intended for collectors and not circulation. So that's why that you got that big broad year. And then like with the Kennedys for the up teen years and the gold coins, you got a handful of presidents now and a shitload of those innovations along with your standard strikes and proofs. Ooh, we got plenty of Mayflower Compact. Well, we'll take another one. What? Yeah. That metal exposure. Weir Farm. I like the Weir Farm. I can't wait till when we're done to go into the common coins, our foreigns, and pull out his counterpart. I want to know if it's the same exact ones or what's going on. I think it is. I just don't know what the hell he thinks he's up to. He didn't pop out of a bowl of rice to pop a cap in my ass. Damn, look at that air. 65 air. Most definitely. Yeah, we'll take it. Oh, yeah, big time. Oh, yeah. That's totally machine work. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Whoa! Hell yeah, starting to get some pep in the step. Whoa! Oh! Wow. Holy shit. His normal layer is trying to peel off. That's an air, huh? Oh, I'm not getting rid of it. I don't care if it's not or not. Look at that. His skin just, like we peeled his looking wig back. Look at this. Wow. That shouldn't be happening. That's a keeper for sure. It's a grease error. And maybe that was the reason why it's doing that. Because that ain't no fucking plastic. That should not be happening. Wow. I'm going to have to keep that. I'm going to have to look into it because that's weird. And you can actually see the fucking, the under layer. Wow. Yeah. Most definitely. That one ain't going nowhere. I don't know what's up with you. You can stay too. You can go vote. Most likely. I'm not gonna I don't run from nothing, so I'm that and the exposure, just the natural exposure. Oh, that's why I always gotta have gloves or something because this shit absorbs into your pores. It's just like with anything. But yeah, when I wasn't using gloves before, my hands got real rough. Like I started getting these calluses and just all the trace metal, the zinc, the copper, magnesium, all that shit. It absorbs before you know it. It feels like you're, like you got a whole bunch of fiberglass in your hands almost. Or like if you ever knew the feeling of detasseling corn after your gloves tore up, like with raw hands, that's not a good feeling because that fern gets in there. It's worse than fiberglass. I remember one time when I was real young, I took the cops on like a little chase and they got stuck in the cornfield and I fucking ran through and I was just running shit down. All that fern got in my face, under my eyes, all under my, all everywhere. They got fucked up. They were pissed at me for that shit. I was really fucked up. Anywhere that my clothing wasn't touching and it got in my skin, oh yeah. It wasn't healthy, I'll tell you that. It hurt. It was rough. They were pissed. They were pissed though because they were all fucked up, and you got to remember they big hacks back then. They were big fat hacks, just not wanting to do anything. So when that shit happened, oh, they wanted to play belt. No, because they all got fucked up and they didn't know what was going on, and that shit hurt. That shit sucks. Like, don't fuck around with corn stalks or any of that shit unless you got gloves. And if you're detasseling ever, because I grew up doing that once in a while. Make sure you got gloves and don't be fucking with that shit when it's growing because you're asking for trouble. Go fucking take poison ivy and wipe your ass with it or something if you want a new challenge. But don't fuck with the corn. Oh, yeah, it was rough. It was beyond rough, and it didn't help the matter. It was insult to injury for them. Because you're not haggling with them anyways, and then if you're making them run, oh yeah, there's nothing you can say to them at the end that's gonna rectify or nullify the situation. So I knew better. I knew better, but I didn't give a fuck. I was willing to take that type of risk, but I didn't realize how bad the corn was gonna fuck them, and I was the catalyst to them running into the corn. Oh yeah, when they pretty much put me on the spot for being the precursor to the corn fucking them, and yeah. Oh well, though, shit happens. Yeah, and I probably deserved what I got too, because after '95, everything it was crazy. Everything just switch flip. My dad died. I switch fucking flip. It flipped. It was over with. I there for a hot minute up till about, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I really just didn't give a flying fuck about anything. I was the coldest, brutally honest person about everything, whether it was morbid or not. It was just the way like when it come to driving. Because, this year will be 4 years I've had my license. Prior to that, I didn't give a fuck. I had DUI, didn't give a shit. I told myself this. I have to make sure when I'm behind the wheel, I gotta be lucky every time. They only gotta get lucky once. So you don't need a license to drive. You need a license to drive legally. That's how I looked at things. And I just didn't give a shit because I knew that, hey, I took accountability, maybe not in the way that normal people would, but when you're a kid, you don't know no better. So you get locked up, that's taking accountability. When you don't run from court dates and get warrants, you're taking accountability. It's just how it works. But I just told myself, like, hey, this is what comes with what I'm doing. I don't give a shit. But then it got to a point to where I wanted to be more. I wasn't getting in trouble a lot more anymore. I had responsibility, obligations, and I wanted to be more self-dependent, even though I was. But like the whole driving thing, I told myself I was never gonna get one. I didn't need one. But then I got to the point to where I wanted one. So one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life was get my license, because when you abuse something that most people assume is a right and it's really a privilege, and you abuse it before you have it, they're going to make you jump through hoops of fire like a Barnum and Bailey circus bear. And that's exactly what I had to go through, because it wasn't court ordered. Like, you got to remember, I caught a DUI, a misdemeanor DUI back in 04, somewhere in there. Either or. It wasn't court ordered for me to get my license or none of that shit. I took care of the case was fucking minor. But it was 2017 was when I start going after my license. So it wasn't about the court. It was I had to please the Secretary of State. Like I said, Barnum and Bailey's fucking circus. And I'll let you know this right now. I went through hell. I'm sorry, guys, but if I mute, I have to, because I got people outside fucking acting like wild fucking animals. Wild motherfucking animals, feral. Only they're humans. People like to be deranged. Believe me, I don't like muting it. I don't. I hate it, but I'm sorry I don't. Trying to drag in the world here inside. No, I'm okay, but like I said, everybody left. Like, that's what happens. Concrete jungle. These motherfuckers just, you ain't gotta go nowhere for it to get wicked. That's what I'm trying to, like. And that shit easily always spills over into other people's shit when they're fucking minding their own business. And wow, why are you greaser air? Check you out. Even double stamped lettering. Oh, I want to put that one in the. Oh. I don't know what happened to this quarter, but it's a bicentennial, and I like. Something obviously happened to it, but either or, it's a keeper. I think we're gonna check it out some more later. So, like I said, any quarter that any coin that we've consistently searched through, so we know what to look for, I'm pulling out of the rolls. So at the end we can look at them. So we got like 4 or 5 Sally Rides right now. I have yanked a couple Columbias, even though we haven't looked at Columbias, but I'm still stockpiling a lot of those for us. I mean, we need to move on to a different coin, but it don't matter. Like, if we know what we're looking for, that's good. Whoa. Delaware, I know every quarter damn near has a coin, especially when it comes to these new ones. They all have an error. We would have to kidnap every roll, but we would never get anywhere. Like, I still have to start cataloging and shit when it comes to errors, because I got a lot of errors, a lot of errors, like good ones, really good ones, and yeah, they can't just stay all bundled up forever. Well, this is the thing. I would it doesn't like I understand if somebody goes, hey, I just think that that thing got burnt or just that. Some coins have went through some destruction, but like a lot of this stuff is destruction during the making process. So it is considered an error if it's happened there. And I've got a lot of the top coin companies confirming this shit. So just because I'm not the first one to yank these things and be suspect. You got to remember all them ones that I said, oh, endangered species list, 98% of those are errors. I mean, minus the ones that have holes drilled in them. Yeah, I've been able to line them up with errors that sell like hotcakes. So, and like I said, confirming with a lot of the top private coin companies. So, but you just got to be pretty translucent, you know, and keep your finger on the pulse when it comes to looking for stuff. Anything that I see that looked abnormal, I think you knew. Like that, as much as you might not believe that's in there. There's too much. There's actually too many that are. I try to get the ones that, you know, have a little bit more significance than the other ones. But for the most part, it's been fun. Like ever since you guys, it was really you guys that, you know, lit the fire. So somebody had a number of purpose to get the fire sparked, because a lot of you guys started requesting, hey, get a scope so we can look at the stuff together. Man, I'm telling you, just thinking about that entertaining thought was intimidating. No, it was. I'm dead serious. It was intimidating. And now we look at stuff for errors and we have fun with it. So, like I said, it's easier said than done, but you've got to make sure that you want to do it. Like me, I want to do it. It was just, I had to build up for it. So once I pulled the trigger, started looking a little bit, I was just like, let's go. And like I said, I don't regret it. Everybody likes it, so that's all that matters. Like, I got these ones, man. They're fucking, they look red. Real red. And you can tell that it's like, there's a layer or something missing. And I found it seems like some of them are really, really pricey. But then you also got to look for other stuff too. Like, it's just not that. Sometimes you might have a coin that has compounded errors, which means two or more errors mixed with it. So you might have a messed up coin that's missing lettering, doubled, you know, plan shit, whatever. So you got to take all that in consideration. Like that one error that I have, it has no mint mark. You know, that's a big like that sticks out like a sore thumb. That's like a cowboy showing up to a shootout without his fucking pistol, but has his holster around his waist. You know what the fuck you know what I'm saying? Like it's just you can't deny it. So like when you see that type of stuff, you totally have to sit there and be like, yeah. Second phone. Hey, good thing you said that, because you know what happened last time we were on here? My phone got to like 5%. It kept making this weird noise every time it was getting to another spot. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm glad you said that, because I had to plug it in. Make sure. Sometimes like I said on here, you lose the concept of time and you define it. Because time waits for nobody. Well, we don't wait either. And we don't care about time around here. So sometimes I'll be like, hey, hour or two. It ended up turning 3 or 4 almost sometimes. But when you're having that type of fun, the sky's the limit. We haven't had a bat in a while, guys. We need our bat. We need the bat, the mama bat and the baby. Oh, save the manatees. See, I talk about my bat and the baby that pops up. What? Yo. Ooh, like this? You'd be like, oh, that's dirt. No, it's not. It's an error. See? It's strictly an error. And I mean, you're like, well, how do you know? Man, I did about 3 days straight of research and recon on anything, you know. That's a straight error. That's a grease error. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is what it is. It's actually the face of the coin. It's almost like a birthmark, you know? for the coin. Yatoshi. I know, right? Nothing exceeds but excess. That happens a little too much on here, if you've noticed, Opal. That shit happens a little too much. Like, literally, just, I don't know. What the hell's that? Then boom! Just like what happened last time when homie goes, hey, do you guys look for West Points? And I'm just like, we find too many of them. What happened? Within what? A minute or two? We found another one? That shit just happens like that. That's what I call one of those good problems. No, because remember what the other guy said? He's like, I've opened up like 20 boxes of quarters and I've never got one. I said, well, you got one on here now. Now, look, I took a picture of this before. This was an ender. That's a big air. Do you guys see the lines in it? Do you see the stripes? You see that? You see the grease? This is a big air. Very big air. Yeah, it ain't coming off. Believe me, that's there to stay. Look at that. Look at the back. Look how beautiful that is. But yeah, that right there. Big time. What I think we're going to have to start doing next time we do quarters is start, well, we need to phase out one of these quarters that we're searching for airs that I've stockpiled. We need to exhaust the search, make sure we got what airs we got, put the other ones that we searched through circulation, and then start with another quarter like the Delaware. I know it's got like a hat air. Like there's a little extra planchet on top of the hat, so that would be like an easy one to look for. But start stockpiling another quarter. I've got plenty of quarters. I think I got Wisconsin's, Minnesota's that we have to do. So, I mean, we have our work lined up for us. That's a good thing. I have a 1962 penny. Isn't that something? You see how that works? You got a 1926 and I got a 1962. Isn't that a daisy? I like how it just switches around, does a switcheroo. Our last beautiful business strike other than Volcano was Frederick. Yeah, and I've got a 43. I do. I've got a 43 we found on live. Oh, yes, sirree. While we were at White Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Watching New Jack take over. Damn. Oh, yeah. Now, you see you see that? The discolorment? I've got ones that are fucking straight. Like ruby red. I've seen a few that sold that were fucking graded. I'm like, what? So I think people went to go get them graded so they could be official heirs. And yeah, I could see why they do that. Because a lot of people left to speculation or interpretation, absent knowledge and, insight and heirs would be left to believe that it was elements of the world, somebody being bored with life type shit, wanting to mutilate a coin. And some people do that. We know. We got people wanting to do the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, drill holes in them. You can't comatose a fucking coin. But it doesn't stop them from doing it. Quarters are awesome to go through, though, because, like, we found a fucking walking Liberty in here last week. It's so worn out, like a doorknob, or a standing Liberty. Yeah. And my very first one I ever found, I wasn't even collecting coins. I found it on a golf course in the ground. Absent metal detector. Because I wasn't looking for anything. But it was unearthed. And it's not all torn. Idaho potato. Like that. A lot of people be like, oh, that's pressed. No, that's press damage. Oh, No more chasing the Tweety bird for you. No more botting. Behave. Like as much as that might not look, that would be one. But like I said, I can't. I gotta be very resilient when this comes to this, and I've got to, I can't. Otherwise, I'd have to keep on. Somebody get this lady a straight jacket. Nobody could ever tell me what she's doing, and I don't think anybody ever could, because she's not behaving like Helen Keller or whatever the fuck might be going on that other one with the lady. But we know, at least we know. Ooh, I like that. Bicentennial penny. You notice how we have great luck, or, eventful luck when it comes to the bicentennial thing on here? Business Strike Kennedy, proof quarter. Yeah. Look, he's even turning green around the gills. Too much McKillicuddies. Ooh. Yeah. He should have did hooks on phonics instead of drinking CLR. Either way, it works. He shouldn't have did that, though. I would have honed my craft. Stayed away from all that. Some of these are, God, a lot of these state courts come out real fresh. I'll let you know this right now, though. We're not letting anything get past us. Okay. Well, you want to know? That's something I'm going to take a gander at because, like I said, I applied to, to be direct collaboration with the Mint about 4 months ago for their coin program, for like small businesses and collectors and shit like that. So I know I can go online right now and obviously get what I want. So I'm going to look into it, see. Because, no, I like pennies a lot. We don't, if we can look through them, I want to start doing them, but I need to grab some up. I got a decent amount of pennies I keep coming across. I need to put them all together and have us look at them. Oh. He looks like he might have had some outer damage, but he totally got that grease air going thing. And he's doubled up on numbers. I don't know about the letters. I'd have to look. It looks like they got a couple little, like I said, rough coin. Rougher look. That's why you don't judge books by covers. I think we even stockpiled some Wisconsin, guys, because somebody said something about the Wisconsin air. I don't have any inkling about it, so like I said, it would be something fresh. But we'll integrate another coin tonight, but we have to pick up where we left off with whatever the hell we were doing when it comes to airs. We got lost in oblivion a little bit. Good old Sally Rye, she always fucking prevails, along with the good old drooler. Absent and bib and Oshkoshes. Wow, he's got the same fucking thing going on a little bit. Like I said, I don't know if I'm 100% going to have to. Because otherwise you'd be trying to, it'd be really problematic trying to. You got to go for ones that are going to be like evident. That's why I like to look at every coin and then have somebody else go through them if I'm not. Because they might catch something we don't. Like, you don't ever want to look too hard at a coin either because you'll probably miss common things. Are they? Gotcha. Just that little fucking thing makes it that, but I know it's minute. Okay. We did the Sacagawea dollar, looking for, obviously the Cheerio thing one. which we didn't find, but we found a lot of wounded eagle ones. Every single one for that. I feel you. Now, this could be up for speculation. This grinder. Now, this is a big error, guys. You see this? This is a big error. This is a big grease error. I've seen a lot of these on there. Graded, high end. This is a nice one. And you're not going to see a lot. They're mostly beginning years. Yeah, and then you got some trying to dry gulch you for, like they'll tell you, we don't give change. So if you give, it's 412 or 409, and you give them 5, they're keeping the change. But this is a big error. Big time. Oh, yeah, I want to put that fucker on it. Oh, yeah, he's... Oh, yeah, he's got... Look at those holes. Yeah, that's characteristics of a big air. Especially the whole discolorment. Oh, look at right there. Look. The die crack. Ooh, right in the fucking sail, too. Nice. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to look for this stuff, guys. Now, look. I've got a fucking beautiful one here that I believe is a Business Strike Air. Look at this, Virginia. I don't show this a lot. I don't try to, but... Do you see the difference, though? How there's not that... But you look how perfect that is. Dark, smoky hue. I thought it was fucking straight Silver Strike of theirs when I yanked it. But I'm telling you this right now. I think it's a Business Strike Air. But check. Look, we're going to put this Virginia, because we ain't got a normal Virginia in front of us. Check this out, guys. We're going to put it right up here so you guys can see that. So, we have multiple things why we're going to be keeping this one right here. Big time. There's multiple reasons. You can see the right. There is. You see that? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he all messed up. He still got away in the water, though. But we're keeping that one. That's a nice, sexy one. That's the ones I like. You find ones that are real, like this, for some odd reason, they're highly sought-out airs. Yeah, and what's funny about it, it's a Denver's Business Strike. Because you got to remember, there was some years that was San Francisco was a little tied up, and Denver had to produce the proofs and the business strikes. And there was a few years where, and I think it was with the older quarters, where San Francisco was actually under false pretense Denver, and yeah, because they had to pump out a little bit more normal circulations, but it was clarified to everybody, just like it'd be in the coin book, that S's for that year were really like a Denver because it was normal circulation stuff, high mintage. It's just Denver was wrapped up, I think. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people think it's a fucking myth or something. It's like, no, it happens and it's common knowledge. So I have to always put that out there so somebody doesn't go, well, I think you're making that up. And it's like, well, I don't care who you think is making what up. I'm not wasting my breath because I got lips. I'm telling you something that's golden and true. If my word ain't good enough, then you will probably never believe anything, especially on paper or through a phone, even though you probably talk to your phone all day. Ask your phone. That's what I tend to do a lot. I tell people, like, and I don't try to be stereotypic, but that's pretty much how it is. Most people are talking to their phone. I don't talk to my phone. My phone's not a human. I don't send voice messages. I don't talk to my phone. I don't believe in none of that shit. So, like, let it be. But for the most part, you have people talking to their phones. It's like, whatever, each his own. But if you ain't gonna believe your phone after you've been talking to and asking it questions and having it placate you at every turn, then you shouldn't be believing anything. That's just how I think about that. Either or, though. You know what I say. If it ain't broke, we're not fixing it. Well, ain't Jay? Well, ain't you getting it from all angles? One there, one there. You got two different things going on. There you go. I can see you know how to micromanage. Nothing wrong with that. Just like for some reason, ones that are all black or like this, they call them black beauties. I don't know why. I don't know if they're high intense grease errors, but there's so much. It's a little overwhelming the type of knowledge that you need to obtain for errors. No, it's a little overwhelming because knowledge is power, and you'll never know it all, and you don't want to know it all. It'll be overwhelming. The strain would be too much for you to bear. And hey, that's what's up. I had a friend that I went to school with. His younger brother had it, so I feel you on that. I know a bit about that because I was around it a lot. Oh shit. But I'm telling you this right now, you like I would look through your coins once, twice, 3 times. There's nothing wrong with doing it. How do you think, like, why do you think, you guys get those unexpected surprises? Like, we tossed a few West Points, guys. Like, come on, look at this, guys. Remember, I'd be like, we all got to shape up over here. I said, I'm accidentally tossing it, and I got nobody keeping their finger on the pulse. But I don't expect to because, like, nobody's got a scope with the, like, oh, we're looking at every... That's really more my problem. What the hell happened to him? I don't know if that would be die crack error. I'm not going to say. I'm honestly not going to even sit there and try to charge it to the Grenadins. Weir Farm. Oh. Oh, well, I hope he gets it. No, I do. Because somebody's got to find him. I feel blessed with finding our first fucking proof Silverclad strike mintage under 590,000 for a 2011. That to me is epic. And that heightens the spirit. So to me, that's equivalent to what I would say. Finding one. I know that there's only 250,000 of them. See, look. Why do we have to have all these palm trees? They're everywhere. Where's the manatee? Where's the manatee? Florida's known for the fucking manatee. Put the manatee on there and get it over with. Sally Ride. There we go. I don't know why, but everyone got to start keeping their recorders like that too. Check it out. There might be something about it. There might be a method to the madness. Well, on behalf of me, and you could say it in your mind spirit, give them some of our eventful pulling. Oh shit! Oh, save the manatees! Yeah. Damn! Look how clean that Denver is. Holy shit! It's shining and blinding. Son of a bitch! What? Uh-oh. One of them got so excited that one popped up and jumped off and died. It said with shit like that happening around, life was too exciting to live. That's why. I don't know why. I would have wanted to live more. Most people are jumping out because they're bored with life and they want a new challenge. Or something. Or they're just not grateful for the blessings. Here we go. Trotsky. Blue Ridge Parkway. Damn, look at that. They're getting a little too fresh for my blood over here. I'm going to have to pull you off. I don't know why you up to no good. message you guys like this. Oh, yeah. He trying to hold on. Oh, shit. Is that a hole in him? No. I thought that was a hole in the guitar. That's in the deli. You're telling me too shiny to be. Some of these are just too fresh for my blood. Everything. Ooh. I'd love to have a proof of this. I bet you it looks real clean. And when I was looking into some of these dark colored ones, I was reading that it's common knowledge that they all come from most of the early 2000s. I guess a lot of their planchets and their dies were weak. And they were being ran too quick with too much speed, maybe too much grease. And that's why a lot of that happened. You got to remember, when they're mass producing these things, they check on them every so many minutes. Our second Mayflower compact, they check on them so many minutes, right? So when they come through and they're looking at them and they start seeing something that shouldn't be there, like an overlapping or this or that, they have to stop. But those ones that are already going through, they got to go through a process. So, like, that's why we get a lot of that shit. But honestly, they go to look at it and maybe 140,000 were made. That's a drop in the bucket. There's not too many people going to find them or grab them when they see them. The rarer it is, the better. But the thing is, they don't get to choose how they do that. Like, that shit just starts happening, or somebody fucks up, trial and error, wrong planchet on the die. So you have the obverse of a different coin on it or something. There's an avenue. There's like a fucking 100 million different things that could actually happen. The possibilities are endless. Like, when it comes to errors, their repertoire would never be exhausted. And reason why errors are made. Like, I can show you straight from the mint, like, pictures of what to expect if you see a coin like this. What happened? Wood got pressed in with it, oil, thread, plastic, a different type of metal that shouldn't have, food. I mean, anything. Too much heat, too much cold. Like, there's separate and distinctive characteristics for all of that. So a lot of people want to sit there and go, oh, well, you want to know what? The joke's on you, because it's common knowledge. Like this. That's a sanding error. And it looks like a die crack error. We're gonna put it under the scope though. Yeah, it's an error for sure. Let's put it under the scope. Oh yeah. I used to think somebody put them in a tumbler and wore them out. But no. That happens from, when they're trying to smooth a coin down to look brand new like this. And it goes down too much and it's going too quick. That's how that happens, the sanding error. But you see those little clunks taken out? That is done during the punching process when they're being minted. So, yeah, this is all machine, like, while it was being made. Nice air. I have to keep that one right there. Keep it on standby. Comstock Special. Gold Rush Supreme. Whoops. Like that. That's one. It just started hitting it like that. Oh yeah, there was something too. There was more than too shiny. It was trying to be the butt lost in the sauce. It was fucked up. See, at least there we know what she's doing. At least we know Helen Keller's behaving and making people behave. She's teaching them how to fucking read. She's got a book in her lap. That other lady, nobody could tell me what's going on there, and she's facing the other direction on a chair. But you can't tell what she's doing, but she's ecstatic. She's not sitting there reading a fucking book. We don't have to, it's not left for interpretation. We know what's going on there. You can't sit there and speculate. We see it. The other one, nobody could tell me what she's doing. You know, even if somebody just guessed, you know, I would give them an A for effort. Because I think whatever she's doing there is worse than Method upon Madness. Ooh, Sally Ride Ender. What? Oh, hey, I'm popping it right out into the look list. Bloop. Oops, sorry. Mm-hmm. 86er. It must be a glitch. It must be. Ooh. Now, hey, remember how I told you I was finding those ones that are red? I have ones that are redder than this. Error. Big time error. Big time. You see how red that part is? Imagine it as red as it can be. More red. Completely all the way through. And that's another thing, too, I'm going to show you that they're going to let you know. When it comes to a lot of the press errors and the grease errors, I'm going to show you something that's evident on there every time. I'll pull out a thing of them here after, as long as I can remember. Either or, we always stay thorough and consistent on here. If there's anything ever new to bring to the table, we do. There's another nice one. Ooh, Sally Ride again. What? Michael Douglas looking. Bible Belt. Rainbow trout right there. Wow. Yeah, we're not doing a whole box, but we've got over a half a box done right now. I haven't really been keeping track, but I know it's well over half. We're going to start looking at errors here in a bit. See what we can unearth. We got to keep with it. I got plenty of Virgin Islands. Bicentennial. Ellis Island. Error. Oh. There's the Ellis Island. What? Let's look at that sound gun. Oh, yeah. Oops. Oh, yeah. Nice Ellis Island there. Nice. Big time. Ellis Island, baby. Ellis Island. Got that Ellis Island there. Looks like you pulled the Ellis Island now. Ooh, Sally Ride again. She's prevailing with us. Wonder if she's going to give us the ghost comet. Or is she going to just give us Space Peanut? Ooh. Yeah, no more button. Where'd you go, Joe Schmo? Yo. 2005. It was a little stamp. I'm gonna have to check out. See how it comes. That's my biggest thing. Like this. This is a bigger. I've seen a lot of these on there. That's a grease splatter error. Like that's permanently the face of the back of the coin. It's another one. Mississippi. See? Space again. Space is everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Are you guys over there helping Guam and the Grenadines plant cavitation plates on our ships? Better learn to behave. All right, we got a couple more rolls, and then we got to bust into looking at some errors so we can man up the time. Whoops. Put you up. Maybe. Indiana. Davenport, Iowa. I have to, is that a, that's a P. Saratoga. Damn. Ooh, there we go. Oh. Whoops, come on, you. Ooh, I guess she had a person to play with her, back and forth. Maybe. Put that out there, sir. So, no proofs. Wasn't expecting any business strikes, so we've been pretty lucky on that. I wouldn't expect one for 4 months. But we don't control when they're going to pop up. Oh, that's another thing, too. I guess they made, like, with, you know, how they did with the Kennedys, the silver strikes. I guess they did it with these quarters, too. You know, sometimes they pop up, but we haven't clapped one of those out of there yet, so. Put you on the side. Just because I'm yanking it, unless it's something that really sticks out, I use it as a starting point for that type of error and see what it metastasizes in that I can find on the internet. That's certified. We got it. Unfortunately, as dirty as that looks, that's an error. I don't know why. It's like a splatter error, like I said. Like I said, gotta pick your battles when it comes to errors. Otherwise, it could be very problematic. So, like I said, just because I grab it don't mean it's being kept. But if it's something that's nice and hardcore, yeah. I need it for the study, though, for a little bit. Maybe. Frederick Douglass. You're damn right. In Davenport. Another one. See? Ohio. Another space guy. Like, they got to switch it up. They got to get their shit together. They fell far from grace. Now that's some shit on it. I don't know what that is. He gonna have to go clean himself up. He a hot mess. Ellis Island. Looking stained and confused. Let's see how this Ellis Island looks to that one. Oh. Indeed. Another Virgin Islands. What's this? Delaware. Whoops. You don't want to go down yet. Let's look at this fucker under the thing. Oh, yeah, look. It's missing its edge right here. And it's a little top heavy, so everything that was supposed to be here went up there pretty much. Another one. Whoa. Like I said, I'm really looking. Like I'm on it. The Manatee Mounds. Okay, we got one more roll. Now we're going to start looking at stuff for a few minutes. Hold. Fish and sea mounds. Really should be manatee mounds. Maybe. See? What I tell you, when you look at Helen Keller, she's doing okay, but when you look at her, what is she doing? Stacy Milburn, what is she doing? I bet you can't tell me. Nobody can. That's the problem. That's what makes it so sus and scary. Ooh. Ooh, our third Mayflower compact. Okay. Wah! Okay. I'm gonna stack all these up though. Some of these up. Some of these we pulled out strictly for looking at airs. Oh shit. Yeah, we out of a box. I think we did like 20 something because we have. What's that? We have 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We have 21 rolls left from that box, so not too bad. Yeah, any Sally rides I pulled out, we're going to look at. Like I said, I need to get some other time so I can start looking into more of this stuff. But yeah, we found a decent amount of Sally rides. That's for sure. That's one that we've been doing a lot of. But yeah, when it comes to airs, like I said, out of all these airs, I probably, as long as they confirm most of them, I'll keep them. But the light end ones that, we've seen a lot of, you can't hold every single one. But ones like this and stuff, that's what you'd want to keep. Stuff like that, because that's in there. That's a big misprint. You want that. If you find stuff like that, you're on your way. Having decent stuff. And like I said, don't undermine yourself. Like, even if you don't think, still look into it. Because what if it is? We all, there probably more in the other 20-something rolls, but we got only 4 bats, but one of them was real clean. Hell yeah. So you know what it has. And when you got 4, it's really 8. Because there's 2 on there. There's 2 on each. A lot of people don't know that safety comes in numbers. Another nice air. And what I'm going to start doing is when I got the time, I'm going to start pulling some of these big ones off and showing you the comparison. So, like, there's no... Don't want you to come by and go, oh, it took too many hits from the CLR. Or somebody cleaned it too much. No, that's not what happened. Don't do it to yourself. Like, if you're going through coins, you want to sit there and tell yourself that, you're going to have to sit there and do it a lot, because I did. That's why I had the endangered species list. And I would, it's sometimes hard to believe that. But then you start thinking about, like, yeah, these machines were being ran nonstop. So, something's going to happen eventually. All right, let's check out these Sally rides we got, guys. We got, I don't know, 2, 4, 6. We got 8 right here, so most of us already know what we're going to be looking for. So, what do we start? We're going to start with Sally ride every time like we did and just flip it over for the joys. All right, right away. Hold on here. Right away, I'm seeing it's a Ghost Comet Air. Right away. That's one thing I can guarantee. Ghost Comet. There could be other things. I just don't know. I know that she's got a hair air going on, but that's why I didn't toss all the other ones, because I haven't looked for the hair thing. I guess she might have more heavier hair. But yeah, it's a Ghost Comet Air. I'm almost 100% sure. And then I don't know what he's on his end doing. I don't know exactly. I have to keep it off to the side though. I need to pull the air up on the cooler, maybe. Yeah. It's the weather. It could be from oversleeping, and it could be the weather. I'm trying to pull a Sally Ride coin up that I'm trying over here. Trying. I thought I had. Well, maybe I'll just have to pull it up on the internet. Yeah, because this is like for the one that we were looking at prior. See, Ghost Comet. So I don't know if it's a more common error, but it's there. There's no getting around it. But there's other things to be looking for other than that. So let me see. There's so much different stuff. It's sometimes hard to phantom. Well, that's totally not no damn ghost air. What'd they do to her nose? I think this was one that I was pulling up that we were looking at. You know, crazy ones like this to be looking for, where the patch on the one of the mission badges is her drooling or crying. We found criers, or like, you know, just messing up her suit altogether. I'm gonna have to put. I'm sorry to keep this up, so I ain't gotta hit it every fucking 2 minutes or every 20 seconds. I gotta have the live going, not live, but a live app going in the background, so it won't go away. Almost like this, so it'll just sit up there like that, so I can look at it. So otherwise, I gotta keep manning the phone, and I don't like doing that. So I don't know what other than she's not a crier. She's got a bridge across her nose, but I don't know if that's supposed to be happening. And then like, what about the whole? Yeah. You check the letters. Like I said, you could be on a coin forever if you really got stuck because you know you're gonna find imperfections in every coin, but you want to look for something that's evident, sticking out like a sore thumb. Oh, hold on. We got to show face. We got to flip it over. Make sure that he ain't got a tapeworm coming out of his mouth or something, because he'd be up to no good sometimes. Now, mind you, that's why I rubbed that one to show you. That's my fingerprints, so like it's the oil. So, mind you, like that. It's a little hard sometimes. It's probably the best way I can do it. Flip them on there, like that. Now, I don't know if he's got anything like Pacific. Well, we ain't got it in God he's trust. I guess he could be all right for right now. I don't know. We're gonna put him off to the side though. Let's see what's going on here. Oh shit. I'll tell you if Copper Cave's on here. That fang, the fangs. I don't know what they got going on the side of her spacesuit here. That shouldn't be happening, but I don't know much about that. Her face is a little mess. I don't know. Usually it's she got stung by a bee in the eye, puffy eye or something. God, those look like they're doubled, I swear. It's all right. We're gonna have to do some more practice. We're gonna try another quarter. I'm gonna look at some other stuff because we did a lot of Sally rides the last time we were on here. These are just the ones we yanked from our hunt. She's looking a-okay. Like that's why we've got about 100 to look through. We're gonna look through for air, the hair air, one day. I'm gonna have to pull that one up. See, I don't know. There's a lot of them where he's drooling a lot or not drooling or a little bit. Like I said, or the Weeping George. Man, that's a fucking nice one. Oh, I love when I got that one. They be doing her Sally Ride dirty all that. Look at that. Like, why'd you do that to her? She's messed up a little bit. Yeah, you could be overtired from oversleeping or the weather. The weather can be very exhausting. Why does that S look all torn up? They were up to no good on that one. Like, I want to look through Columbia ones, honestly, with y'all. No, because I've never looked through Columbia forever. Ever. And all of them I do with you guys. I do a little practice on the side. That's it. A little bit of practice. Look at her eye. It's like, I don't know. Something weird. Wow. So what do we call that one? Yeah, they did her Nostradamus bad. He's always up to fucking no good. I mean, look. Always. You can't trust somebody with a face like that. This is the last one that we flipped out of the... Jesus. Look at what they did to her. That's rough. What is going on? Look at her nose. I thought her nose was fucked up last time. Look at that. They just don't know how to behave. I'm serious. There's something wrong with that picture. Like, why did you do that to Sally Ride? She's looking rough there. She's looking a little rough around the edges. I mean, seriously, that's like 8 notches on her fucking nose. The dribbler. Okay, we're going to have to put these away right here. Here, let me check this. I don't know if anybody else that's on wants to, but look, I'm going to pull out, because no, I just came across a few times, like you see ones like, pull, if you're going through quarters, pull these to the side. Known heirs. So, like, I like to try to keep things open. Just not one silver coin. But here, let me show you this real quick, guys. This is what I was telling you about. Ever see these? These are fucking big heirs. Ever see this before? These are big major heirs. A lot of these I've been seeing getting graded. Big time. Then if you look at it, and I'm not talking a planchet error. That's one of many things. This is like a compound error. I mean, look, there's a lot of things going on here, but I've seen a lot of these command presents, like this one. This is a nice one too. And you would assume that it was found in the ground, but it wasn't. They're just big time errors, that's all. And from how old they are, you're not going to find a lot of this stuff. I mean, you did see that said 65, so. Like, that's why I had no problem holding a lot of this stuff, because I just didn't know for sure. Like this. This is really sought out. I don't know why. Finding errors like this. I'm serious. I'm dead fucking serious, guys. I'm not playing. Like, I don't know why, but they're sought out. Big time. And you can tell that it's a major error. You can tell, but some people can't get with it. I'm not running off of a hunch. I can tell you that right now. I'm not running off of a hunch. But yeah, I'll show you a couple more of these. I don't have time to show every single one, but yeah, you come across anything like this, keep it for sure. I don't know how special they are or, you know, what's the thesis to these guys. But they are heirs. That's an 85. And I think they're unique. I think they're really unique heirs. But you gotta be vigilant. A lot of people look at this and they're like, it's trash. It's nothing. I don't want nothing to do with this. Well, sometimes what you would assume is trash is really treasure. So, check this one out. And then we're going to look at a different state quarter. Okay. But yeah, I've got, like I said, I've kept anything that looks spooky or quirky. Endangered species list, I call it. Now we can call it the air list. I feel like I'm going to turn into the air guy or something. The thing is, we're known for anything. Just like this. If you guys come across any coin that looks like this, master sanding error on their end. That is done by their machines. Any coin like that, keep it. Keep it. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. I would. I'm going to let that sit there and let you guys marinate in the brain for a minute or two while I get these coins out of the way so I can look at them later. The ones we just unearthed. And get a tube of coins that we've had for months sitting around waiting to be looked for heirs. I think I want to do whatever I can find first instead of looking. Just looking and looking and looking. Let's see here. What do we have here that we can look through? I want to look through something that we have. Now, the cotton gin's one of my favorite. I heard they have an air. Should we look into that before we do it? I got a little roll of cotton gins. Let's see what kind of air they have, huh? Oh, there's another thing that we do have to do, too, before we do that. Don't worry. I'll take some extra time out. I know how to cushion the blow. Where is he? Fucking communist. Oh, Grandpa Papa-san. Let me find his counterpart we found earlier. You know, a couple months ago, the first one we found. He's got to be here in our foreigns. Whatever we found. I guarantee he is. Let's see if we can find his brother. Yep. Bingo. What? Told you. Found your fucking brother. Found your incision, Lieutenant. You're out of there. So that's number 2 for him. I think they're 100. I don't see no damn year, but you can tell that getting old is his long suit. You know? He's probably in the hollow of a tree somewhere. This was number 2. 2003. So the one we found today is what? Oh! 97. Or 91. Okay. So they're getting... It's happening. Like I said, we find... You know, we did make the grade a little bit because we do look specifically for stuff that's not intended for circulation. Well, even though this ain't American, it was not intended for our circulation. So, got to be realistic with it. But, yeah. In for a penny, in for a pound. He's gone now. He got to stay. If he wants a new fucking wonton, he's gonna shape up. Yeah, he's not going anywhere now. Into here. Bye, bye, bye. I'm just glad we got a mugshot and he not got him in custody. All right, I'm gonna pop up real quick, guys. I am gonna pop up on my phone over here, Columbia, or what is we're doing cotton gins. So what are they though? What? Well, okay. I want to make sure that I do this a little efficiently so we're not fucking hitting a wall. Okay, let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. The 2019 Lowell National Historical Park Quarter features several notable mint airs and varieties. The most common airs are die chips and die breaks, often appearing in the mill, the bell tower, on the reverse. While more valuable airs including adverse struck through airs and double dies. So yeah, there's all sorts of different ones. And then on top of it, you got to remember if you catch a West Point air, because West Point was made in 2019s and 20s. So you could catch a West Point air that could compound it. That's why a lot of people were like telling me like, "Hey, I think I know why you like the bats." I'm like, "Why?" Well, because it's a West Point and they got the Corona, they got all these different airs. I said, "That's the last thing I'm fucking thinking about. I've never looked at my bats for airs." So, but I see what they're getting at. You know, you got that little compound bonus. So, I'm gonna pull a picture here of like certain things that we should look for. Like this. Look here, guys. Look, perfect. There's an error. A compound error. I just showed you when it looks like this without the planchet hole. But we're looking for stuff like this. Bell tower. The little nugget. Whatever the fuck's supposed to be up in there. I don't know. I don't know if there was supposed to be a sniper guarding us. Her hair. Like, see, I need a normal one. Because I don't know what the hell. This is what they're showing. We're looking for his airs. 2 buns. Okay, I see. She's only supposed to have 1 bun. That makes sense. Yeah, it looks like she's got a fucking lump of shit on her head. I see. Okay. Unfortunately, but that's cool. It's a cool air. All right, let's see what's going on here. The front is the George. Now, I'm not saying that he'd be drooling, but let's start out with him. We'll get all these guys out of the corners, off the sidelines. Ellis Island air. I can't believe I found that. I only found 2 Ellis Island. That's a nice one, though. Let's straighten this out. Okay. Oh, yeah. This ain't the George Douglas one, so. Michael Douglas, we can't make fun of him. We can't look for him drilling. Okay, so that's a normal one. That would be like your normal. Let's see here. Let's get that going too. So we don't have these. I just had to bring it back up because I didn't have something going in the background. Okay. Well, this is looking like a pretty normal one because we're looking for like a double thing coming out of here. The weather vane at the top is supposed to look all Oshkosh. Okay, the end of this part of the weather vane is supposed to have a little extra, and then like either 2 buns on her head. Well, she ain't making the grade. We'll go through these tubes though before we shut her down. So let's see what happens, guys. The easy 3 evident airs now. Is there anything notice? You want to know? I'm gonna keep one off to the side that's clean like this, so in case we see something different, there could be a million different things. Honestly, that could happen. Just to keep it. I can see from there. I need to get a bigger one for y'all. Well, totally not. Like to find one with 2 bun. That's a crazy looking weird air, I'll tell you that. Yeah, sometimes I'll go like this. Just so I can do a little comparison. Little critique, you know? You got to critique a lot on here. Now, I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, but look at her hair right here. Those die cracks right there. Just look at her normal right here. She ain't got that going on. So I'm taking it that's got to be an error. Because if you look at her right here, she ain't got that shit going on. You look at the other one right here, she ain't got it going on. Right here, she's got it going on. See? So it's got to be. Well, we're going to find out. Putting it off to the side. I know it's not two buns, but you can see she didn't let somebody whack her in the fucking head. But that's why I always keep a clean one by it, because you just never know. You might find something that you're not looking for that could be an error, like what I just showed you. And that's a perfect example why we look. Like, see, I see stuff like this, and then I start looking back, but I see that's norm. She looks like she's pretty determined here. Yeah, I don't know why I'm flipping it over. Probably because I'm looking for him to be doing something. Look at him. He ain't Homelander. He ain't melting people with laser eyes. Watch somebody be like, that's an error. The laser eye. I'm serious. You just never know with people these days. You just never know. Oh, that's not happy. Get over here. Like Scorpion said, get over here. All right, well, no double bond, no absorption or abnormalities there. Yeah, now I'm looking at both ends because there could be a number of things going on that could constitute an error just because we're looking at certain quarters. You got to look at the other side. Don't dilute yourself and don't limit yourself. If you guys take pride in this and love this, make sure you do it thorough and consistent. You know, like I was taught, don't do a half-assed job. You're going to have to go back and redo it again. But perfection is something we work with because we try to make it to something we never will perfect. We weren't designed to be perfect, but like I said, we can't perfect. We can hone our craft. There's nothing wrong with trying. Me, I can't get enough of this. I can get stuck doing this a lot. Like I did. Like I said, I've done a lot of research since we started doing it. But you can never have enough of research and knowledge when it comes to this stuff. The possibilities are endless when it comes to errors. That's me. See? So you can tell what ain't and what is. Like, Well, the thing is, sometimes you'll see lines like that, but that's part of an error. I don't want you thinking my fingerprints are, constituting as a zebra. This ain't a petting zoo. No, I'm trying to find just one of the more common. But yeah, imagine that, guys. You get a West Point, and it's an error. That would be cool. Maybe we have a few West Points errors. We got some West Points. All the West Points we found. Maybe one day when we get 100 or more of them, we'll look through them on an error hunt. Because one thing I noticed, a lot of them are unevenly stamped. But that's about as far as it goes with me looking at them. But like we need to start doing Minnesota, the Wisconsins, all the ones I've been saving. We gotta start doing those. I'm gonna have to start trying to catalog and tag and post and like I said, I've never done any of that before, so it's gonna be new. It's gonna be drawn out of progress because nothing good comes of rushing or forcing anything, and I'm not gonna do that. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. Now I need to see one thing here. Whoops, sorry guys. Visual turbulence. No, I'm just looking. I'm just doing a comparison. See if there's anything that I can see that actually sticks out to me. No prevail. Yeah, I guess he knows how to be a good boy on these. We're just looking for something on this side. Remember, there's always more to the pitch than meets the eye. Remember, a lot of people too look for the "in cod we trust" instead of the God. See, cod like fish. And pray for a humble and safe return and do a Hail Mary. We'll be on here at least 8 more minutes for anybody who's on fire right now that needs to run. Go find. Shit, the weather. My bad, the weather. The weather's doing it. It ain't me. You guys see me. I'm over here with coins and shit. It ain't me. I just don't like when that shit happens. But I don't control the weather. That's why the Doppler radar can go, care for that thing. She knows how to use the cotton gin. She could teach us how to use the cotton gin. Pretty sporadic. What happened to his nose? He's all messed up from all angles. He might need to go to the infirmary. Wow, that fucking R. Oh no. I don't want to do her. Wow. Now, what do you call that shit? That looks like a fucking, like a planchet or some kind of fucking die break or some shit. Yeah, it looks like he slept on the wrong side of the fucking bed. That's a little weird, right? He's not crying, but that. Yeah, he's got something going on. It ain't good either. Wow. Look at her face. She got a nick too. I don't know what's going on there. She's looking pretty disappointed about it. You see what I'm saying? She goes, when I started this shift, everybody was smiling life. She goes, I'm not even done yet, and I'm shattering mirrors. What'd you do to my face? She just wants to know, why'd you do that to my face? Don't get chop, 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 chop. Oh, what's he doing? Is he up to no good? Tell me if you see something. Because I'm looking at him and he's looking a little smug. He's acting a little too smitten for the kittens. Yeah. He's going to get capped. 2 buns or no buns. He's got to stay. We'll figure him out. Yeah, he's just old and worn out, it looks like. That's what's happening. Whoa. Let's check something here real quick. All right, we got about 10 more. Yeah, I'm not seeing no 2 buns yet. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, shit. Lucky. Look, 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 look. Not a major one, but big enough. See? Yeah, regardless of what's going on with George, that one's got to stay. Well, he might not be up to no good, but it don't matter. He's guilty by association. If you with him, you're going down. Whoops. Oh, look at this. A West Point in the stacks. Look. A West Point we had in the stacks and didn't even know it. Save the manatees. What? Yeah. Behave. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I stick West Points in these things to look for errors and didn't even know it. Yeah. What? Out of there. Now we got another West Point. Didn't even try to. Inadvertently captured another West Point that was actually loose. More punch in the bowl of juice. We don't care if it's a fucking error now, but look, we're looking for errors. And look, we got a W. Always win. We don't give a fuck. I don't care. Ooh. Yeah, ain't that something? Fuck. God, that just heightens the spirits. We're going through a tube of airs I've had put away for fucking months, and there's a West Point. Oops. Pull out the pooper scooper. Save the manties. Yeah. Guys, you ever go around your loose change and you just see a double number, a normal little W for your mint point? It's a Westie, okay? Don't worry about if you got a V75. Don't worry about any of that. Just if you got your W, you got your win. You're a warlord. You're with us. Yeah. Well, whether this is an error or not, it's a West Point. So we'll like that. Like Chucky would say, I like to be hugged. Oh, he's getting all the love and care he needs, all the nurturing. Oh, yeah. So this one's got to go off to the side anyways. Westy. Oh, yeah. Wah! Yeah. Let's keep going. That's eventful. Yeah. Hell yeah, that just warrant. Hey, a weak will won't help heal the heart. So you better behave. Now look. Air. Look at his head. That's got to be air, right? Let's look at his fucking mullet. His mullet. Whatever he's got going on here. Is that what's really going on right in that shit? Is that what's really happening? If so, so be it. But what the fuck? Is that really a dead spot right there? I guess so. What is that? Is that like where somebody like, what is this? Now I'm getting a little confused. I know there's color in there, so it's bringing out a little bit more of the graphics, but like... We'll see. That was epic. That warmed. I see. That's what I'm talking about. We were just talking about how we find West Points that are going to go bye-bye. Well, look, that one would have went bye-bye if we weren't keeping our finger on the pulse, even though it was sitting in there for internal slumber. I wonder how many West Points we inadvertently tossed or got put down the side. I keep looking at my thing. I'm not finding the evident ones, but I like to look a little harder for stuff that, like I said, like I showed you before, that would constitute any just a multitude of different things. I still can't get over that. We find a fucking West Point in the fucking stairs. Oh no. Everything's gonna be alright this morning. Oh, wow. Only you could prevent forest fires. Remember that. Stop, drop, and roll. You don't want to turn a crispy critter. Is there something wrong with this dude? He looks like a con job. Damn. Fuck. They gave her a new fucking face. Like, what did they do? They trying to carve it up. You know, this one, I don't know. I can't sit here and just assume. I can't, you know, there could be a number of things, but I'm not seeing anything really stick out other than his nose looking like a fucking staircase. All the little rivets. Oh. Look like die crack a little bit. A little bit of die crack. I'm gonna save everybody some heartache because I don't want anybody to go through it if they ain't got to. Don't drink energy drinks. Don't. No, like I haven't drank them in months, but like once in a while I have one. And I'll tell you this: anytime I drink one, my heart will hurt. Yeah, I used to smoke. I've been 14 years clean smoking, and then like I started vaping a little bit last end of last year. I got sick. I quit once I got her out of the place because I was staying there with her, so nothing would happen to her. I mean, it's bad enough what happened, but like I vaped for like 4 or 5 months. But like I'm just being brutally realistic. Don't. That shit's no good for you. Shouldn't have to be, you know, worrying about things that I just brought up over a fucking drink. All right, guys, that was the last one of those. I hope everybody had a good time. We're going to probably try to be back on later on tonight. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we could be looking for. I'll let you know this right now. I love doing this with y'all, but there's only 24 hours in the day. Otherwise, the lives would not, like, I would just keep it on. I would just keep it on because there's times where I get stuck doing this, like, just trying to, like, practice up. Since I've started looking at airs with you guys, I've probably spent close to 20 fucking hours doing recon and looking through stuff on my own, seeing what I can find, what I can't find, what's prevalent, what, you know, what's irrelevant, this and that, like anything that constitutes what we're doing. But yeah, I think this is excellent, guys. We're going through airs and we find a West Point. Isn't that a daisy? You got to love it. But everybody there, I need everybody to take it easy today. I'm going to try to get back on later on tonight. Until then, stay safe. Safe and dangerous. Keep your head on a swivel. And remember, if you can, save the manatees.